Beep, beep, beep,
Welcome
beep.
back
Preview.
to another episode of Nostalgia Land.
Welcome back. Welcome back
Welcome
to
to
another episode.
die.
Welcome
Sorry,
back to my
that's an
stupid
X-Men
looking
reference.
hair in this thing. So please come to our YouTube Nostalgia Land podcast and check out how idiotic my hair looks, because this is bad. So welcome. My name is Matt. This is Trey and Tyler, of course, and we're a nostalgic podcast where we talk about everything we love from the 80s, 90s, early 2000s, and today. So I think I become nostalgic for things after maybe 2 or 3 years. So we might start rolling in like some more like recent movies.
I'm talking 17 minutes.
Yeah. Oh man, you know what? I miss yesterday. I'm nostalgic for that. But yeah, thank you for joining us. So yeah, we talk about mostly movies. We try to do some episodes of things, here and there. I think we might save those for shorts for our YouTube page. But yeah, check us out at our nostalgialand.podcast on YouTube and nostalgialand.podcast on Instagram. But today we are going with the amazing, the great. It's going to be difficult to say anything that's wrong with this movie. 2000 X-Men. Starring the Hugh Jackman himself.
There's so many good people in this one.
So many good things. I fully expect to learn, because we got some. Both of you are like resident X-Men experts. I'm not crazy, right? Like that's fair to say, because I expect I'm going to learn some
I say we have a knowledge
background.
of X-Men. I would not say experts.
You're not X-Men.
No way. There's some people out there who know some things and some stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It's crazy though, how deep the lore goes. So I can't imagine being a director or a writer trying to put this movie together and thinking, how are we going to do this well enough that it'll satisfy the fans, but it's not going to be a cheesy hero movie, like superhero movie, like we have seen in the early 90s. Then they did Captain America, and they did a Flash, and then from the 70s, when they did the Hulk and all that stuff, that we're not going to get this too comic booky kind of look to it. And I have to say, man, I was beyond impressed rewatching this 25 years later and being like, this holds up. This shit holds up, and it holds up well.
Are you talking about the effects?
The effects, the direction, the lighting, the look and feel of the movie, nothing felt overly cheesy. And I want to say that Spider-Man, which was released, the very first one, which was 2000,
Sam Raimi Spider-Man,
2001.
Yeah, the 2001 Spider-Man felt more cartoony and kind of like Bugs Bunny-ish at times. And this plays like a dead body's in the middle of the room the whole time. Like this just plays serious out the gate. Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My mic is falling off the table, so I'm trying to tighten it, and
he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna hurt myself." Ow!
And it snapped shut on my finger.
You know what though? Before we do that, let's play that bump real quick and get into this. So here we go.
Show that logo.
Like I said, we're gonna play it till you hate it.
Then we're gonna play it some more.
But I love it.
But the Spider-Man being cartoony is in keeping with the Spider-Man character, because he's a quippy guy. I'm gonna beat you up, and you're gonna hate me because I'm gonna tell bad dad jokes while I
might insult you a little. I'm not gonna hurt you, but I'm also gonna make you feel bad internally about how you were raised.
I'm gonna make you question.
I'm gonna embarrass you. Your mother did a poor job, and I'm gonna let you know it.
Tobey Maguire though was not the super sarcastic, jabby kind of guy, more than Andrew Garfield was. Andrew Garfield was really played up that when he's robbing that guy, and the guy pulls out a tiny knife, and he's like, "Oh no, my only weakness, a tiny knife," and he's like, "Shut up."
Yeah, but he also made Spider-Man an a-hole. Spider-Man's not an asshole.
Just a little too far.
It depends on who you talk to.
Yeah.
You talk to Doc Ock, he's like, he's real.
I do have to agree though that this movie was pleasantly surprising. Watching it again, I probably haven't watched it since the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And with it coming off the heels of Batman and Robin, So basically, like the superhero movies were kind of taken off with Batman 1989 and movies like that doing very well in the box office, and then Jerry Bruckheimer got a hold of things and derailed the train and made them ridiculous and outlandish. And if you go back and you watch like the first episode of Nostalgia Land, we talked about some Batman.
Yep.
That's what brought us all together so many years ago now. But the studios were worried about doing it. They had tried to get an X-Men film off the ground a couple of times with Orion Studios. They had just come off of the success of Terminator, and they had some financial problems, so they couldn't get it done. And then they went to Calico. I think it's Calico, or it's very similar to that. If it's not Calico, it's something very similar. Pictures to do it, and they ended up going bankrupt. So then they had the success of Blade with Wesley Snipes, and that was what really pumped life back into like maybe we can do this X-Men movie and it'll be successful. And with the success of the original cartoon series that was so good, now even though it's still awesome, the voice acting is a little rough. It's a little rough.
X-Men 98 has good voice acting.
Yeah. Like the new one, the X-Men 97.
Sorry, X-Men 97.
Yeah, but the original series, even though it's awesome, and like that theme song, man.
Dude, and the Japanese version slaps even harder.
So good. Yeah, it gets me hyped just singing it. But yeah, so 20th Century Fox got on board, and it took a lot of effort to get this movie going. And the interesting thing to me was Patrick Stewart. They knew they wanted him for Professor X, and I mean, there's no better live action Professor. That's one of the things that's so amazing about this movie was the casting. So many of them, like Ian McKellen, Patrick Stewart, Hugh Jackman, just could not have been more spot on for their roles and done the characters justice. Even though there was worry about Hugh Jackman being way too tall to be Wolverine, because he's like 6'2", and Wolverine's supposed to be a short bowling ball of a man.
He's like 5'1" or something like that. He's
just a tiny little bastard,
furry, angry little guy. I know why he's so angry. That's some Short Kings. Holler out, Short Kings.
You and me, Colin. Let's go back to back.
Let's go.
That skit is so funny. But Hugh Jackman was actually like a last-minute insert into the role. They wanted the guy who plays the villain in Mission Impossible 2. I can't remember his name, but he was doing Mission Impossible 2, so he ended up having to turn the role down. Then they wanted
is that the Zoe
Viggo
Saldana one? She's like sick, and he has to get the
maybe I don't know. But then there was Viggo Mortensen, but he was worried about agreeing to a multi-picture deal, so he turned it down. And then
hadn't he just done Matrix? Wasn't he like Agent Smith?
Viggo Mortensen?
No, Viggo Mortensen.
Oh no. Who am I thinking of?
He's Van Helsing.
Oh, but who am I thinking?
You're thinking of who was also in Lord of the Rings. All these guys were like, "Hey, you want to be an X-Men?" They're like, "No."
I'm thinking of Elrond.
And then Elrond, yeah, and then everybody went and did Lord of the Rings with
Hugo Weaving.
Like, where are you guys? Okay. Yeah, Hugo Weaving. Yes, Hugo Weaving.
So I'm not like, I mean, I'm off, but I'm not like,
you're not off.
I'm in the outfield, but I'm not like out of the stadium off.
Yeah. You're in the end zone. I mean, you're close.
Their names are similar. You just switched sports.
Oh, I did.
Oh yes, you're on the pickleball court.
You're
and they're on Lord of the Rings.
So you're in the kitchen. You're hot.
Yeah,
you're in the kitchen. You know what? You're in the gravy. That's the sauce.
Well, yeah, and then so they ended up after him going and wanting Russell Crowe, and Russell Crowe was in the midst of doing Gladiator, and he said no, but I know a guy. Yeah, and he suggested a little-known Australian actor who had been in a lot of commercials and some TV stuff and some small-time productions of movies and done some theater in Australia. And he blessed us with what 25 years
Dude,
of
yes.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
And the Wolverine that we've all come to know and love. When you think of Wolverine, you think of Hugh
He
Jackman.
is Wolverine. I
Yeah.
don't know. Did you guys see
till you're 90?
Yeah. Did you guys see people were saying that Daniel Radcliffe was getting ripped to do like a
Dude, have you seen the shot that they're talking about when they say that he should be Wolverine?
It's the
There's a
one where
movie where he's like flexing and screaming, and it's like,
Yes.
oh, he could definitely replace Hugh Jackman as the next Wolverine.
He could be it. Yeah.
the
It's
one where
called
he's schizophrenic.
Miracle Workers or something. He could definitely do it. But
Yeah,
dude,
he looks the part.
You're absolutely right. Like Hugh Jackman's credits up to this was something called Paperback Hero.
Yeah.
Erskineville Kings, which was 99, and then some production of a TV movie of the play Oklahoma. So I actually, it's funny now knowing
that's where the wind comes sweeping across the plain.
I've heard of that before. I can't say I've ever seen it, but I've heard.
Hasn't he won a Tony? Isn't he like a Tony Award winner?
Now he has, yeah.
Yeah, dude, he does stage productions, and like the dude is awesome.
It was so funny to watch this and be like, dude, that's Hugh Jackman. Any moment now, he's gonna go like into full Jean Valjean from Les Mis. Like any moment, he's gonna turn and be like, "He thinks that man is me. He knew him at a glance."
8675. What is it? No, I was gonna say 8675309.
That's not it.
Hell yeah. Hell, what, dude? It's a joke in Ted
Lasso.
Lasso.
24601.
Hell yeah, yes. Hell yeah, 24601.
What? It gets way up there. Oh, my voice is dried out. Yeah, no. So then we got. This really did. They were like, okay, Hugh Jackman's our guy. Like the Wolverine is too cool. So then the entire franchises just became around Wolverine, and I have to say that like any of the ones that were like sans Wolverine, I was like, it's just not as good. It just didn't feel it right.
After this first movie, they kind of.
No, the second one is good.
Yeah, but it's not as good as the first. And they so basically the train starts to wobble, and then the third movie, that bitch is off the rails and into a ditch. I mean,
Kelsey Grammer as the Beast. You don't like her?
There are things that are good in all of them. Like, and there are things in this movie that are bad.
Yeah,
that I was quite offended by when I was younger, as like a 15-year-old kid watching this movie, or however old I was. But especially the shot they take at the outfits later in the movie. I was me and the nerds that I knew were very upset. Because
are we still in contact with them?
Oh yeah.
Doesn't Deadpool do the reverse in Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah, he's like, maybe. We're going full color costumes. Yeah.
No,
have you not seen the Wolverine one?
Like,
oh hell yeah.
He's in the yellow. He ditched the black spandex or something like that.
Oh yeah. He calls it out because he's like, oh shit, like we're in classic vibes, and I love it that they kind of go through all the different versions of Wolverine in Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool Wolverine, whichever. And it's great that like they finally come up to one where he's like he hops down from the bar stool and he's like that 5'2" Wolverine, but it's still Hugh Jackman. That was fun. That's one of the best jokes. Like, ooh, hello, little man.
That was one of those moments in the theater where I was glad to be in a packed theater when he came out and he pulled the cowl over his head, and the whole theater just went nuts.
Yes, yeah. Oh man,
it was like when Iron Man put the gauntlet on.
Yeah, man, those
packed theater, man. There's nothing like a room full of nerds in a nerd movie. Like it is epic. Yeah, it's epic.
Just screaming.
These are like the people you want to see a movie with because they love it. They're here for it.
And if you're confused about whoever the hell that guy was, or like what significance is that? Oh, they're like right up into it. They're like, that person was in the other episode.
Exactly. No, they're like, here, check out this comic book.
Yes,
it's right here. All for you. Read it.
Here's my fan fiction. First of all, don't be judgy, but it gets really sexual really quickly.
Always do.
One. So this movie opens up like I was saying. I mean, there's a dead body on the floor they're like, oh, this isn't gonna be like your normal like do kind of running Superman hero intro. No, this opens up, I believe,
in the Holocaust.
And the Holocaust. It's not Auschwitz though, is it?
They don't say.
They don't say.
Don't
it's
think.
just Poland. It says 1944 or some Poland, and you're like, oh my god. Okay, I was like, don't remember this, but then you get
and they
the
did some
whole
cool camera tricks in this shot where everything is dark and gray, and they're trudging through the mud, but the stars that they made the Jews wear during the Holocaust were bright yellow, so they were pointing out them singling them out as different, as other than. And you get the intro to, in my opinion, probably the greatest mutant. That his powers are just like, who would you rather be if you could be a mutant than Magneto? I mean, the dude could control metal. Our blood has iron in it. He could just pull your blood right out of your body. Like, hey, dude, you're good. You're dead.
Just come here.
And he could fly.
Yes.
Come on. The dude is like, I mean.
And that's not like the limits of his powers. It's not just Trey. What do you got? Is there some more lore to the
anything that has to do with magnetic fields? So he can like, he doesn't fly. He just like manipulates gravity around himself to levitate, basically.
Yeah.
But in they don't say it in this movie, but in the First Class movie, they say that Eric is at Auschwitz because that's where Shaw is the Fuhrer.
Yeah, that's right.
Right.
And I mean,
he's the leading command.
Talk about a killer prequel. Yeah. That movie is amazing.
That movie's very good.
Yeah. I still would love like a Magneto as a teenager, and like I want the movie to start how this one starts and pick up like the next day, and it goes and it has like a little bit of Shaw, but it's mostly like him. And then I want like the second movie to be him just hunting Nazis. Like they did, but I mean,
just it's just movie like that.
The entire movie.
It's called Inglourious Bastards.
I know it's Inglourious Bastards with mutants, and I want more mutant hunting Nazi, like whatever that.
We was hoping you were going to say no. Watching him beat Nazis, that's the closest thing we get to going to the movies.
Yeah, I couldn't get enough of that. I mean, I love how it's gritty, it's dark, it's like buckle in, and then you get up to introducing. I like how there's enough characters that this story isn't boring, but there's not so many introduced that you're like, okay, who's who, what, and like why, and no one's getting like ample screen time, because then you get Rogue or Mary. Is that her name? Marie, and she's like, yeah, she's a little Southern girl in Mississippi, and it's like sometime later. It's like that was 1944. They're not saying like how far the future is, so they're not like dating themselves. I kind of noticed. But yeah, so Rogue, she's hanging out with her boyfriend. That's how you discover, oh, she's sucking the life out of people, quite literally. And she goes to kiss her boyfriend, and he starts going into like a seizure. And this was the one scene, I think I texted you guys about it, that I was like, hold on, this is a little funny, because they come in, the dad's freaking out, the mom's scared. She's like, poor Anna Paquin, Rogue, is sitting like in the corner. She's like, don't touch me. She's freaking out. And her mom cracks me up because her dad just keeps yelling, call 911, call 911, call 911. And the way this mom finally, like, it just kicks into her, like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, 911. And the way she runs out of this room, is like, it's this weird kind of dance where she throws her hands like this, and you just gotta come back and see it and go check it out on Disney Plus, because I found it funny. I'm sure no one else will, but at least I gave you a reason to put this movie on. You can tell your wife, hold on, this guy on the internet said this was funny. This lady, hold on, well, why don't we just watch it? Why don't we just watch the rest of this? I mean, Hugh Jackman's shirtless in it most of the time. I mean,
we already started it.
It's here. But yeah, and then, again, it's not like, ooh, and then everyone's happy. It still then jumps into a political rant where the Senate is having a meeting about whether or not all mutants should come forward and like get like branded, barred, and like, registered.
It's like a big theme. It's a big theme in it's a through line in the X-Men comics and in the show, where they're relating mutant problems to human issues, like when.
Well, so you know where that started. The X-Men started in 1963, right in the heart of the Civil Rights Movement.
Right,
and that's where they really started with it all. Was it was supposed to be called the Mutants, but they didn't know if people would understand what it was all about. So they were like, humans with extra powers, and that's how they settled on the X-Men. The X was the extra, and that's when they formed the Brotherhood of Mutants right in the beginning, where there would be this idea of like these people are separate and different, and they in this movie they did a lot of work to mimic Martin Luther King in a lot of Charles Xavier and Malcolm X in a lot of Magneto.
No way.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities where King was about peace and peaceful protesting, and we're all equal, and nobody's different. And Malcolm X was like, nah, man, like we got to stand up for ourselves. Like they're coming for us. Like we got to stand up for who we are. And it's interesting the way they did that, the way they worked all these subtleties in, and they address real life issues. And X-Men's been doing that for their whole run. I mean,
their whole franchise.
They were built on that.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, you have Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart just like, I mean, living it up in these roles, like so calm, so collected, so like just theatrically so interesting to watch. And the way that they cut how in the very beginning when Magneto and Patrick Stewart, Professor X, have this little meeting in the hallway outside the Senate room, and they cut that it's like Magneto's in darkness, like he is this shadow figure, and then Patrick Stewart is in this, you know, this bright, well lit light, and there's like a turn, and that when Magneto turns around and it reveals his face, it's almost like they're on the same plane, and now he's addressing him like, okay, we're not enemies right now, we're friends who are just finding themselves on you know, opposite sides of the same, you know, track. And we want to create this, you know, symbolic relationship of that they know about each other, and they both have the same goal, but they're approaching it from two completely different ways. So they're the opposite side of the same coin. I couldn't believe how intricate this movie was and how well shot it was, remembering that, oh yeah, this was like the first one out the gate of new, you know, superhero movie franchises that's like, oh, this is going to set the tone for like the rest of the next 25 years. And it did it so freaking well, dude. I can't get over it. Okay, well, so Rogue, she gets on a truck somewhere and finds herself, I'm guessing, in Canada, because that's where Wolverine is from. Is that right? Isn't he a Canuck?
She's like upstate New York somewhere,
she
Canada.
Lives in New York. She talks about it when you get the scene where she puts her boyfriend in the coma.
Right.
She's telling him she's going to go up the Canadian Rockies and then across, and
end up in Alaska.
Yeah, she's trying to get to Anchorage, right? That's what she says.
It's a weird spot. Like, you're basically going all across Alaska to get to Alaska. I mean, it's all the same. It's snowy wasteland. Like, what are you doing? Just go up where the ice road truckers hang out and live there.
That feels like something that you can just pop across the border, take a look over the fence. Yeah, all right. And then go right back home. It's like, that looks nice. That was good. But she ends up in what I can only assume is a Mad Max Thunderdome. Like, she says it's
a cage fight in Canada.
It's a cage fighting, like, it's Thunderdome, dude. Like, they're like 2 men
CFC,
one
Canadian Fighting Championships.
Bonesaw is ready.
I got 2 minutes of playtime.
It's funny how they both use the same feel. X-Men did a much better job of keeping it like darker and grittier than
yeah, dude.
X-Men revisits that in the Apocalypse movie. Nightcrawler's forced to fight Angel in a cage match. Like, they revisit that a bunch.
Yeah, really? But Spider-Man came out like a year later, and it was like, hey, wait, can we just see this?
See what happens at the end of your match? Uncle Ben dies.
Yeah, no, for sure it is. I mean, they didn't rip him off. It's just that's how it goes.
Sorry. There's a scene, and I'm sorry, I got the movie while we're talking. I got the movie kind of played next to it because it's great. But this bar, I don't think there's a roof, indoor plumbing. There's a trash can on fire in the corner. Like, none of this looks like well cut wood at all. But the one thing is they cut to a guy who looks like the diabetes. Old man
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford Brimley asleep on the couch. This walrus of a man is asleep on some random ass couch, and it looks so comfy. But again, this place is like in shambles. Like he's like, don't disrespect my bar, brother. There's nothing left to disrespect. There's nothing here. Oh man! But that's how we get
Wolverine. He's
iconic
fighting
Wolverine
in the cage.
Yeah.
A guy steps up to try and win money by beating up Wolverine. And this is where you get some of the cheesy sound effects, because every time Wolverine hits the guy, it's like pink, ping.
Yeah. Metal on metal.
He's got skin and bone too, man.
Yeah.
Not just pink.
I thought it was very. I like how they worked in like the slightest bit of humor in places to keep it from getting too dark and too lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
Because when the guy steps into the cage, the dude who's doing the announcing, and he says, "Our savior is come to free us from this man who's kicked the crap out of everybody who's come into the cage."
All of our money.
Yeah,
he's
and
taking
then
it.
he leads in and covers the microphone and says, "Don't hit him in the nuts." And he's like, "You said anything goes." He says, "Yeah, but it'll piss him off."
Yeah, he'll take it personal.
He'll take it personal. That's right. He'll take it personally.
And later in the movie, when he's fighting Mystique, when he starts to win the fight is when she kicks him in the nose.
Oh, that's
true.
Takes it personally.
He does take it personally.
Man, dude. But it's a great character intro too, because like nothing is like outright, oh, this is our guy. Oh, this is our guy. You know, they announced like, oh, this is Wolverine and stuff like that. But this could have been passing. They could have just been like, oh yeah, there he is. And they just could have kept going with Rogue. And then no, they do a great thing where she kind of like, he comes over, sits at the bar. She's like eyeballing the tip jar and stuff like that. And you know, obviously they're not
eyeballing the tip of something.
Yeah, she was like, what?
She's like, ooh, he's so fine. Look at him.
Oh my goodness.
Wolverine wasn't sitting down yet.
No, he comes over.
No. I mean, once he sits down, then she's eyeballing him hard.
Look at that Canadian.
Like, yo, dude, that guy's like 40. You're 17.
Yeah.
Guy's like 400.
Yeah.
I know, but you don't know that. He looks like he's 40.
It's probably like 400 now or something. Did they ever give a date of how long?
No, she says that he can't. Like, there's no way to know how old he is because of his healing factor.
In the comics, he fights in the American Revolution.
Yeah,
wow.
That's how old Wolverine is.
You see, I still want those movies, and I wish Hugh Jackman was the Wolverine, so he never aged. And then we could just keep getting those, because otherwise we're gonna have to resort to like that weird CGI thing. I don't know if you guys watched the first 5 minutes of the new Stranger Things thing, but they like CGI'd young Will's face onto Will Byers, and it just doesn't look right. It's just kind of like weirdly shaky sometimes, where like his head
they did with Tarkin
like,
and Rogue One. That guy's dead, and they tried to CGI him in. It doesn't look horrible. It just doesn't look right.
Or it looks like what they did with Mike Myers in The Love Guru.
Ever seen that movie?
Just don't, or we will together.
It's like Kroll, you know.
But
you don't have to see Kroll.
I don't think, but the iconicness of him coming in, he sits down, and that guy, like, you know, who's like, you owe me money. There's no way like anyone can take a beating like that. And of course, he takes a knife, and Rogue's like, look out. And then she slams him against the back, and you get that amazing scene where two claws are out and it kind of pins him against. And then you get a really nice and up close right in that middle there of that blade coming out. And it's weirdly, you know, that's not a human hand, but also bravo for that effect, because it still made me cringe a little bit to watch that thing come out of that fake fleshy, that one blade come towards the camera, and it's like you see the skin slowly part against it. And I was like, okay.
His claws are done much better in this movie than even a movie that comes out about 9 or 10 years after this. The Wolverine.
Yeah.
In that movie, his claws are CGI, and they look like, in certain scenes, they look like crap. They look like
they're like they don't look
cartoon
finished.
was put on a human hand.
Yeah.
The scene where he's in the bathroom and like he's cutting the sink open and he touches the claws together and like sparks fly off of him. It's like he didn't do anything; he just touched.
Yeah. Have you ever had two knives? You like touch them together. Sparks don't fly when you do that. They're not like.
It's not jumper cables.
It's not a flint.
They're so hot.
He's got the
so the bar owner picks up a shotgun and puts it to the back of his head and says, "Get out of my bar, freak." And Wolverine looks around, and in an instant, claws come out of the other hand. He cuts the shotgun in half, and he's standing with claws this way against the guy's neck, and then with his fist up at the other guy, and he looks at Rogue and he's like, "Well,
Yeah.
I'm done."
Yeah.
See you later.
Out.
This happens every time. That's why I always have to leave.
I never understand that with like movies and guns. I was like, hey, guns were made because people were like, you see that guy way over there? I want to hurt him without getting too close. Oh, here's a gun. And then like in movies, they're like, no, this gun only works if I'm like right behind you and you could easily grab it or get away from me. Otherwise, like I'm perfectly safe if I'm 6 feet away from you. The buckshot's still going to hurt. Like it's not going to tickle. It'll do its job. But no, this guy has to be right behind the back of his head just to be like, oh, it's a little intimidating.
It's a cool scene when he cuts the shotgun in half.
Oh, it's amazing. It's super cool. I'm just saying I just don't understand guns in movies. Sorry.
Then Rogue stows away in his Winnebago.
Yeah, she hides it in the winter time in wherever the hell they are in his open trailer.
Okay, the only issue I've had with the movie up to this point is why is Rogue dressed like a hobbit?
Yeah,
I understand.
Yeah, I felt like she was Strider.
She was
one of the clothes.
When he go in the bar and he's smoking the huge peace pipe thing.
Yeah,
from Lord of the Rings. Like all she needed was a peace pipe and to pull the hood forward so you couldn't see her face.
She was trying to get Peter Jackson to rescue her from this production and bring her over. Like, oh, you know what? You would be a perfect lady. You're Pippin. Guess what, Rogue? You're Pippin. Anna Paquin. Pack your bags for going New Zealand.
Pack your bags.
Pack one of them. And that beautiful green night coat. Yeah, just keep going. But yeah, so this. I love how it builds up, but this is also one of the scenes where I was like, okay, wait. They didn't really do any explanation of like, how did they know that Rogue was with Wolverine in the Winnebago, and then to push the tree over on the mountainside right at that point, and it's not him. It's actually Sabretooth, which I got a problem with Sabretooth because Sabretooth is technically his brother, but he doesn't know that's his brother.
I think that's only in those movies.
Yeah, okay. I don't think that's canon.
Is it not?
Other than in the crappy movies.
Other than the Wolverine, which is is that the one? No, that wasn't the. What's the one where it shows him getting like his claws and they tell
That's
Victor?
The Wolverine.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Where's the one that he goes and he's in Japan? Is that also the Wolverine?
Second one?
The Wolverine?
Yeah.
Oh. Isn't there like a Weapon X movie in there somewhere?
That's the second X-Men movie.
Yeah, I can't keep track. I told you after the first like 1, 2, I just lost it until we started in with the.
So the first Wolverine movie is called Wolverine Origins. Second Wolverine movie
it's bad.
In 2013 is called The Wolverine. That one's okay.
Oh,
yeah. The Wolverine is way better than Wolverine Origins.
Yes.
Yeah, I stopped going to see these in theaters after X-Men First Class. That was the last one I saw.
Oh, Days of Future
Past. First Class and Days of Future Past are both awesome. Then X-Men Apocalypse is it's watchable, but it's not very good at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sabretooth
is trying, but he's not succeeding.
Yeah, and I love Oscar Isaacs. I think he's a great actor.
He is amazing.
Or not a good Apocalypse.
What?
Yeah,
you need someone way more menacing to be Apocalypse.
Yeah, he's
Ed
like
Hardy
4 feet
could
tall.
play Apocalypse.
Tom Hardy.
What did I say? Ed Hardy? Yeah,
Ed Hardy, yeah. He did a clothing line. I don't know what he looks like.
He could dress Apocalypse, but he could play Apocalypse.
I don't know what he looks like. So
sorry,
I agree with you. Sabretooth looks amazing, but his character is very strange.
He's the most useless bad guy in this movie.
He just kind of like grunts and growls with tiger like sounds, like he literally sounds like a tiger. And then the only line he has basically in the whole movie is "Scream for me," and then you owe me a scream, or you're supposed to scream for me, and I'm like, this is weird. Is Sabretooth like really kinky? Like, why does he want Storm to scream for him so bad?
He's got to see. I mean, everyone's got their their likes and dislikes, and Wolverine. I mean, Sabretooth's got his. He has like 1 or 2 lines, but it's like 1 or 2 words here and there. It's definitely not like he's not reciting Shakespeare anytime soon.
He says they got away, or something like that, and then he says, "Where's the girl? She's with them," and then you're gonna scream for me. You owe me a scream. Like the basically the only line he has is that, and it's just so weird. But he looks awesome.
Yeah, he does. And that guy looks like he honestly, I thought that was like, wait, was that Triple H? Am I not
He was a
remembering
professional
this right?
wrestler.
It was a wrestler? Okay, because
Yeah, just an unknown guy that he really had no wrestling career. He was in like WCW back in the day as like one of their
Mane.
Yeah.
That's referred to as a jobber. He was a jobber.
Yeah, there you go, a jobber.
Jobber.
Where all they do is go out there and get beat.
Man, dude, think about reprising your role 24 years later in Deadpool and Wolverine for your Sabretooth.
Heck yeah, man.
That's
Heck yeah,
freaking
man.
awesome, dude. I gotta love Deadpool for doing that. Like, oh no, bring back everybody. We're getting all the original folks. Like, you don't need to do that. Including like the X-23 girl. What's her name from Logan? Which I really liked Logan.
Her
That was
character's
one I
name is
saw on
Laura.
TV.
I don't know her. I don't know the
She was
actress
like
name.
X something or project.
X-23, but
X-23, right? With the two.
Yeah, they call her Laura.
Okay. Well, Hugh Jackman's got his shirt off and he's roaming some hallways. I was a little confused about what it takes to knock out the Wolverine, because obviously, like, getting hit by big guys or thrown out of a car doesn't do it. But White Cedar by Sabretooth, like, he picks up a log and knocks him about a good 30 yards, I think. And that does it. That takes him out for like a couple hours. And I'm just,
and he shatters in front of that Winnebago.
Yeah, I think the thing that knocks Wolverine out is plot. He just gets hit in the head real hard by the plot, and he needs to be out, so it just knocked him out.
So
and it sends him. And not only does it knock him out, but it basically sends him into a coma. Yeah. But that scene is awesome, where she tells him to put his seatbelt on, and then Sabretooth knocks a tree over, and he goes flying through the windshield. Yeah. And he gets up and he turns around with a huge gash in his head. Yeah, and he's cracking his neck all slow, and she's freaked out that he's even standing. And as she's watching him, the gash starts closing itself. If I was her, I'd be like, well, I gotta go. Like, I don't know what's happening here. As soon as I get myself out of this car, I'm gonna just hitchhike it.
She does have a moment.
I gotta touch him. Get back here. Let me touch you.
Yeah, come on. Let me
my leg hurts real bad.
Let me get some fingies on you.
Yeah, let me touch you with my fingies.
Let me give you some fingies. Let me get in there. It's like, do it. So really, you can touch me anywhere, right? Yes, anywhere. Why are you touching my nipple? Shut up.
Fingies.
So the rest of the plot is Magneto is trying to capture Rogue because he wants to turn the summit of world leaders is going to meet in America to vote on Ellis Island to vote if mutant registration should be something that basically goes global. Like the U.S. is going to have their own vote, and Senator Robert Kelly is the biggest anti-mutant, which is true to the comic book. He's the guy that helps greenlight Sentinels and all of that in the comic book and in the show. And so they capture him, and Magneto has a machine that turns people. It generates mutation in non-mutated cells. So people that don't have the X gene and aren't mutants, it makes them mutant. And the machine draws too much power out of him, so he needs Rogue to absorb his power so that she can die, basically. And have his plan come to fruition. And he wants to do it in the Statue of Liberty, in the Torch is where he wants to do it. And that's basically the plot. And then the X-Men are trying to protect Rogue, and initially they think he wants Wolverine, but then they learn that he's after Rogue.
I like how they said that too, where when they were talking about why the Brotherhood would be after them and why he would be after Wolverine. Professor X says it in that moment. I'm not even sure if it's you he's after, because Professor X is always the wisest one, the smartest one in the room, and he's thinking, you know, it's possibility that it's not Logan, it's not Wolverine that he wants, but he couldn't put his finger on what he was doing because he didn't know. And basically, I saw some dude that.
It's that great Zamboni from Johnny Carson.
Exactly, from Johnny Carson.
That's Professor X this entire movie.
He talked about how the machine that Magneto uses to mutate people's genes is like the anti-Cerebro. How Professor X, he helped Professor X build Cerebro, which amplifies Professor X's powers and lets him track mutants all over the world because they give off a signature that Cerebro can help him see.
Mm-hmm.
And Magneto helped him build it, and then he builds his own, and it's like the opposite, where he's trying to turn people into mutants.
Which you got to applaud how they built that machine, and it's going around and it's seeing, showing like, oh, here's what, normal people, here's what mutants look like. No one's on the toilet. So they had a sense of decency and censorship when they were building. They were like, hey professor, do you think, while you're scanning around the planet completely like uninhibited and you can just see people in your mind, should you be able to see the toilet people? God heavens, no. Have some decency, man. If they're on the toilet, they immediately get out of Cerebro. That's how you block them. So maybe that's what Magneto was doing. Maybe that's what Magneto was just on the toilet plotting all the time.
Yeah,
and he knew Professor X wasn't going to check on him because he's a good person. And we're not. And that's why we talk about
it. Or maybe it's the helmet.
Or maybe the helmet. I mean, it could, porcelain. It might be just that it's porcelain. That's what blocks, Professor X's capabilities. So Wolverine wakes up. He attacks Jean Grey, who is not the Scarlet Witch, Phoenix. And it's great that she's like dressed in red. It's an awesome nod, throughout the series that she then evolves into. Spoiler alert. And the one problem is, so everyone's like, cool. They're like, all right, great, you're here. James Marsden of Sonic the Hedgehog fame is Cyclops. And
I love how Cyclops is always a tool.
Yeah, he's always a bit of
in everything. He's just a tool.
He's the Boy Scout.
He is the Boy Scout without any fun.
But you can be a Boy Scout without being a complete jackass.
And then in the comic, he gets like really dark.
Oh, good. That's what I want. But you got Halle Berry.
I ruined the Last Ronin for our viewers a while ago, so I'm not going to ruin.
No, you should ruin it for this time. If they haven't watched X-Men '97 yet, it's on them.
No, it's not from that. It's from the comics.
Oh, from the comics. Okay.
Did anybody else notice Halle Berry as Storm? Now, she apparently originally in the script she was supposed to have a love story with Logan, with Wolverine. And they cut it out. So she just kind of turns into this weird background character that doesn't really have a lot going on. And when she talks a lot of the time, she has a strange accent. Did anybody else feel that way? There's times where she just talks like Halle Berry. Great. Then there's times where she talks and it's like, why are you putting on that voice? Are you AOC? Are you Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez? You just you get an accent with whoever you're talking to?
Who told you to do that, Hallie? Who
said stop, this? Cut.
Stop. No. And I mean,
reset.
She's been in more stuff. She was more famous than Hugh Jackman, and she gets maybe like, I think 10 minutes or 15 minutes of actual screen time in this movie. But you're right, she does change her accent pretty quickly. That's Halle Berry, folks. Halle Berry of Catwoman fame.
I love how you're just naming everybody's lowest rated movie.
I mean, we gotta keep up with the times here, folks. It's
if you see enough of her movies, you can see her boobies.
If you see, like, that's the reward. If you see enough,
a lot of her movies are not worth it until you see her boobies.
There you go. Which isn't it? That's Hugh Jackman and her again, isn't that? In that movie,
Swordfish.
Swordfish.
She's a Bond girl too.
Swordfish. She was a Bond.
There's that badass scene in Swordfish with the bomb that blows up with all the ball bearings.
I don't remember them.
It's like the most famous scene in the whole movie. I never even saw the movie, and I know the scene with the ball bearings.
I've never seen the movie. I just saw the bomb scene and the booby scene, and that was it.
I don't even know if I ever saw her boobies.
Walked it out. Just walked out there.
But something really cool about this movie was this was, early days of CGI, and they advertised this movie like they had used all special effects. Practical effects, when in actuality they had used a lot of CGI in certain instances. And I think that's why a lot of the effects go over so well. There is the one scene late in the movie when they're fighting on top of the Statue of Liberty and Sabretooth and Wolverine are going at it.
Yeah.
Sabretooth throws him and it looks like he's going to fly off the Statue of Liberty, and he does the claws into the the spikes of
The crown.
her crown, and he goes all the way around and cuts the crown off, and it's a cool scene, but it looks really bad
It's
because
dated CGI.
it's very CGI, very like. Why is he like rubbery? What's happening?
I feel
Well, that's
like
like when he's trying to destroy Magneto's machine and he bends his claws backwards, and I'm like, oh, his claws became gelatin there.
Ouchies. Yeah, adamantium. It's super flexible, by the way.
When he's in the machine, though?
When Rogue's in the machine and he's trying to hit
that's because Magneto's bending his claws back.
Right,
Yes,
but
yeah,
it would still be bending metal, not like wow.
Yeah, he's
like
like, I got you bit. He's like, I'm gonna make him wave high.
Yeah. Like a pencil when you move it really fast.
I want to point out, Tyler.
Hey, shut up! My pencil's moving.
Tyler, that was a great. Like, I feel like that's your new. Like, that's your your sportscaster voice. Whatever you just did there. It looked good, but it was so bad. Like,
it looked good.
Yeah, I'm gonna find that clip for you because that was definitely like your what's your
my announcer voice?
Maneri? Is that his
Bob
name? The
Menery?
guy Bob Menery.
Menery.
Yeah, that was your voice. That's it. And that's how I think you should lead some clips from this movie.
So the X-Men learn that the machine turns them into mutants, but their body rejects it because they don't have a mutation. So they
at least in Robert Kelly.
It's the only
nobody knows if it does that with everybody or not.
Right.
I thought that was super badass when that whole scene where they have Robert Kelly in the prison and Magneto's walking around just like telling people I'm a badass with what he's doing. When Sabretooth goes into his office and he's sitting behind the desk and he has the pendulum thing knocking
Newton's cradle.
Knocking the balls, and then he gets up and walks out of the room and the balls just fall because he was doing that with his power. I'm like, oh dude, this guy's so awesome. And then once they have him in the cell and he's walking to his cell and the pieces of metal are just flying up and creating the wall, I'm like, dude, this is so badass. And then he gets the bars and they just open, and by just like raising his hand. And then after he realizes that Jellyfish Man has slipped out the bars.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah. And
is that the lead singer from Blues Traveler?
Sabretooth tries to grab him.
Yeah.
That was another CGI thing that was weird when he was pushing his face through he looked like Flubber.
It reminded me of Casper is what it did. Like a little bit of Casper turns into breakfast eggs in the morning.
Oh, Tyler, I asked Matt this before the show started. Did you catch the Stan Lee cameo?
Yeah, he's on the beach.
Yeah.
So Senator Kelly
hot dogs or whatever.
actually grows gills.
Yeah.
And
he becomes like a fish man.
Sure.
Squid dude.
Well, it's kind of cool how they did that too, because when he comes up out of the water, it's like kind of a nod to the evolutionists.
Yeah,
where he's like the fish coming up out of the water and walking away on land and becoming like a normal man again.
Okay.
But yeah, it's quick. He's right there. He's like, oh, what was that? I think I saw him.
Was that his wiener?
Hey, you're a senator.
Was that his wiener? Did you see it? He's
no, it stayed fish.
He's not. Oh, it stayed fish. Fish wiener.
He was like Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
I can show you. No, that's
Aladdin.
No. Get off the beach. Sorry.
So he
actually you had two cameos there. I want to say, sorry, you had two cameos there. You had Stan Lee, and you have Brian Asshole Peck, who is the jackass. You can look him up on the internet. We won't display that here, but he's an asshole and deserves whatever is coming to him. Anyways,
yeah, he's a dark person.
Who puts a TV on a hot dog stand and tunes it in to CNN for like the afternoon? Like,
he's trying to watch the
summit.
Yeah, dude, we're trying to see if mutants are gonna have to register, bruh.
God, no, dude. Gotta know if we're gonna sell my hot dogs to everybody.
I gotta be in the know. I don't just use the radio. I gotta put a TV there.
This ain't a local economy.
We're in the
global.
new millennium. I'm putting a TV here.
That's right. In the year 2000. I think that's one of my favorite bits of Conan ever.
And so
how they did that, and that was like leading into the year 2000. It was one of my favorite segments that they would ever do. And then I was like, oh man, what are they gonna do now that the year 2000? And they just kept rocking it, and they would still say in the year 2000.
You gotta. There's a great channel on Samsung TV, like the free TV like station that's coming. It's just Conan O'Brien, 24 hours a day. and they play like his old stuff. They play it. Listeners, go enjoy that. It's really fun just to slap
Growing
on
up
an
in
old
the
Conan.
playroom, there was 2 TVs, and one of the TVs only got basic cable, and I used to play like Home Run King or whatever on the other TV, and I would just have basic cable running. So I would watch like whatever was on, then Jay Leno, then Conan,
Yeah.
and Conan was my favorite. And I was talking to the guy that I work with, who's another big Conan fan, and he's a much bigger fan of Conan than I am. He's gone and seen like his podcast live and stuff.
Oh,
Like
man.
it's really cool. But we were talking the other day, and some girl, like I made a joke and something like self-deprecating humor because I think that's funny. Like,
Right.
it's not that I think poorly of myself; it's just I think it's funny. And he said, I told him that she's giving me crap because I was making fun of myself, and he said, "That's Conan." And I'm like, "You're right. That's where I get it from." That's totally Conan O'Brien humor.
Yes,
That's
yes.
crazy that he without even like a second, he just says, "That's Conan."
You want to talk about
That's where you get it.
X-Men and mutations? Conan O'Brien found out he's like 100% Irish, and they're like, "So what does that mean?" And he's like, "Is that like just incredibly rare?" He's like, "No, you're incredibly inbred. Is what that means." Like from his DNA doctor, like someone who's researching his history, found out that no, you are 100% Irish, which means you probably have a cousin who's also your mom. Like, let's
awesome.
Let's just roll with it. So yeah, so Senator Kelly he does his Fishman appearance, and it's good, and you got your cameos, and what happens
He
next?
then goes to find Jean Grey because he couldn't go to a normal hospital because of how they would judge him,
treat
just
him
like
like a
he would have
mutant.
judged them. Exactly.
Right.
The irony
and that's
of it
when
all.
you learn through Storm that it kills them. His body rejects it, and he devolves into water.
People were asking the question in the research that I was doing: is he dead, or is he just a puddle person now?
Yeah,
is he
he's
still
amoeba
alive?
now.
He's just a puddle person. There was that show on like Disney Channel back in the day where that girl could turn herself into a puddle of water.
Alex
Yes.
Mack? Yes.
Or
Yeah.
something, yeah.
She became a mutant overnight. Yeah.
There was I think, was it Jean or who said, "Are you sure you saw what you think you saw?" or something
That's
like that?
Magneto.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to believe.
So one of the weirdest Halle Berry lines in the movie is they're all in the Rogue has run away because Wolverine was having nightmares, and she came to wake him up, and he woke up and he's in a rage because he's having a nightmare, and claws pop, and you just see Rogue, and it pans out, and his claws are through the side of her chest.
Yeah,
such a cool scene.
He snaps in, retracts the claws, and Rogue's like, "Well, face,
gotta save myself."
Fingies.
Fingies. Yes. Mystique impersonates Bobby Drake, Iceman, who's her boyfriend, and berates her for stealing Logan's abilities.
Yeah,
shouldn't use your powers on another mutant.
She's gotta leave.
The professor's furious. You should leave.
Yeah.
And so she runs, and Logan thinks it's his fault because he's like, "Holy crap! If I hadn't stabbed her, this would have happened."
Also,
I mean, it's pretty logical.
Ice
well, what are you doing in my bedroom? All right.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Hey, why'd you come in
here?
She
was staring hard.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, it's like middle of the night. Why are you in here at all? Like, but we also found out that Ice Boy Bobby is not Ice Boy Bobby. It was Mystique.
Yeah, that's what he says. He said Mystique.
I didn't hear you say Mystique. I'm sorry.
Bobby Drake.
Impersonates Bobby Drake.
Well,
and you get the cool flash of her eyes when
they turn yellow.
Know.
It reminded me of the intro to Goosebumps. You remember the golden retriever on the doot, and like his eyes start turning yellow. I was like, that was a little, but still the CGI was great. I just had a question about when, well, first of all, 2 questions. One, when Halle Berry discovers and like he turns into Puddle Man or Puddle Boy in front of her, first reaction.
They should have put a pee-pee pad down.
Was that? Do you think she was like, well, I better clean this up before I go tell people?
When you watch a guy devolve into a puddle, you're freaked out. She controls weather. She could be like, freeze it.
Yeah, she could be just like ice.
It's just water. It'll evaporate eventually.
Yeah, I guess I would have walked away. I just wouldn't be like, you know what? That's just going to clean itself up, and we'll just call this a night. Problem. You know what? Yeah, that's why we have staff.
One of the weirdest Halle Berry lines is they're in there arguing if Wolverine's going to go after Rogue or if the team's going to do it, whatever. And Halle Berry just opens the door. Senator Kelly's dead.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Very strange.
It'd be great if like every time like Professor X is just like, I know.
Yeah.
And
I know.
I can
Never.
read your mind.
I'm up here all the time.
All the time.
And
everywhere.
then as they're arguing, Mystique sneaks into Cerebro and poisons Cerebro's.
Yeah.
She releases the ooze. She releases the
confused.
ooze. She was trying
How
to turn him
is
into
the
Ninja
pH
Turtles.
levels in Cerebro?
I was very confused by this.
Because it poisons the mind. That's what it does.
Oh.
If she doesn't turn him
I
into
guess you
Ninja
put like
Turtles.
PCP or something.
Sends
in
him
there?
into the astral plane to fight the
Mm-mm.
Shadow King for a while.
Yeah.
Are you in the mirror dimension right now? Is that where you're at?
That stuff
Because-
that they have out in California that makes them like
Oh yeah, just or were they
the
folded in
zombie
half?
drug. Like, wait,
Oh
what are
my
they taking
gosh,
over there?
What is that? Fentanyl or something? Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
if you put the ooze in Cerebro, you get the bad thoughts, and the bad thoughts make you go unconscious.
Basically, puts Professor X into a coma.
Yeah,
It was a clever way to negate the MacGuffin. Like, this guy can find anybody. Your plan's not going to work.
we gotta take him out.
Mhm.
We gotta remove
And you
him.
get the train scene where Logan finds Rogue and convinces her to go back, and he stands up and can't move.
Yeah.
And you have the line from Magneto where he has his hand out, and he says, "That magnificent metal doesn't course through your entire body, does it?" And he just,
Yeah.
hi.
You know, and where he tears the whole train car apart, they practically did that. Like they legitimately
Legos?
tore an entire train car apart like that.
Oh wow!
And Hugh Jackman was saying after they cut, like right when they cut, basically, it started raining sparks down on all the extras and stuff inside the train car. I'm like, that's pretty freaking awesome. That
I
whole
miss
scene
practical
is
effects.
freaking awesome.
I mean, practical effects just for that, for extras would be like, I almost died.
Yeah,
They almost set me on fire.
I could have died on X-Men. I did X-Men and
This
I
would have
could have
been
killed
me.
myself.
Just would have been it. Isn't there? And Trey, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there not a comic of where Magneto like basically goes, "Hey, your whole skeleton thing," and like rips it out of like the body
Yeah,
bag?
happens it's one of the storylines in X-Men 97. You should really watch it. It's a good
I
cartoon.
really should
Yeah, it's a good
watch that. Okay.
When he does that, he pulls the adamantium out of Logan, and somebody kills Magneto, I think, for doing it.
Oh.
Like, they get so mad at Magneto. I think it might be Charles, that he gets so mad at Magneto that he either wipes his mind or he kills him. And it turns, but so in the comic, it's cool because the adamantium is actually holding back Wolverine. His body can't evolve because it's constantly healing his skeleton from the metal.
Oh.
So when the metal's ripped out, he becomes this feral, he almost looks like Beast. He's really strong. He's really fast. His senses are, he's basically Daredevil. He can hear you, see you, smell you. And it makes him a better.
You smell me?
Yeah, you smell me?
I can smell you.
But it makes him more and more feral. So he can't control like the
'Cause-
urge to kill and all of that.
Wouldn't his brain be inside the skull of the adamantium? So wouldn't it
Hey,
still be?
hey.
Okay.
Let's not think
Sorry.
about it too much.
Sorry. Okay.
Let's not think about it too much.
You know what? You know what happens to lightning when it strikes a toad?
No, let's.
No,
Okay, we're
sorry.
getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah,
You want to talk
we
about taking a great movie and demoting it to a very good
So-
movie in one line?
Amazing.
God.
It's amazing
Good
that they were
God.
like, you know what? I think she'd be a Catwoman.
Yeah.
This is perfect. Toad. Toad kind of bothers me too. I like the character. I love.
I got a hot take about Toad. You do your thing.
Well,
No, yeah,
Toad's
so-
interesting because they always have him there, and I
Yeah.
feel like in everything Toad is there, and he just makes me want to slap him all the time. He does. He's probably the best Toad version of Toad that there is in this movie
It's Ray
because Toad was kind of like a jester, like a court jester,
Park.
in the comics and everything before this, and he was always up Magneto's ass. He was a very big brown noser where he was always trying to please Magneto. In this movie, they kind of gave him an edge, and he was kind of a dick, and
Yeah.
he cracked a lot of jokes at other people's expense. He was just kind of a jerk,
He's
and it
dark,
was
though.
Ray Park
Yeah, Ray
right?
Park.
who
Dark
was
Small.
Ray
the
Park.
greatest part of the the original or
Yeah.
the prequel trilogy of Star Wars, Darth
Yes.
Maul. Yes.
They're making a Maul show actually.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
On the D+ is going to be a Maul show, and
Speaking of making they're bringing Gremlins 3.
Ooh, this should take place during a really random holiday, like Leif Erikson Day or something, and that's why. Well, you
Leif
have to
Erikson
go
Day.
buy a present for my son on Leif Erikson Day. Let's go to Chinatown and get him a mogwog. Is that what they're starting? So you were saying though, like about Toad, he is really dark. He's really interesting. The tongue thing is a little strange. The one part though, again, like Trey, you were saying about sound effects, like when Wolverine was getting like beaten with a titanium bat, or was beating people with a titanium bat. It sounded like Little League in that cage fight. But Toad, he like is behind Senator Kelly, and he sticks out his tongue, and he grabs like a pigeon from like it doesn't say how far, but it's a distance. But this pigeon makes like a sound. It just cracked me up, dude.
And then
The
Senator
bird
Kelly goes,
screams, yeah. And he's like, oh,
Chris.
Toad has a wicked tongue.
Oh, real quick before we keep moving, the one scene that we didn't mention when they kidnap Senator Kelly, that's a badass scene because he's on the helicopter and he's talking to his advisor sitting across from him, and then he starts to notice we're not flying in the right direction.
Yeah, we're in the ocean.
He says, "Where are we? Like, where are we going?" And his advisor slowly turns from head to toe into Mystique, into her natural form in the blue form, and her like prosthetics and her makeup, and Rebecca Romaine, Stamos, looks so fine and so cool as Mystique. And you got to give credit because she sat there for like 7 to 8 hours a day to get that makeup done. And they found out that the makeup was slowly poisoning her.
Oh yeah.
And it would have in order to rework the makeup to make it non-toxic to her, it would have caused delays and cost millions of dollars. So they just rolled with it and kept putting this makeup on her every day at 7 to 8 hours. And she does not spend a lot of this movie as Mystique. So I'm wondering how long she sat in that makeup chair to wear this Mystique makeup all day, to not be in this movie very long looking like that. But it looks awesome.
Awesome. And it's still really integral to like the actual story, because she is the enabler for Magneto more than Sabretooth, more than Toad, like all these other guys. Like she makes shit happen. And
of course her ability is incredible.
Yeah,
it can be anybody and sound like anybody.
I mean, it's really it's such a cool thing to like. You're writing a superhero movie. The problem is that these people are extraordinary, right? And a lot of their gifts and powers and talents are things that would normally solve our everyday problems. And so it's such a, like you said, the MacGuffin of taking out Professor X with the poison Cerebro ooze. It eliminates, okay, well, they could just do this, kind of like in the way that like a lot of modern movies nowadays, like a lot of these problems could be solved if they just texted people. If everyone just like was on a big group chat and we all texted, this whole movie wouldn't be an issue. And so I like actually going back to some of these old movies, like especially like Seinfeld, which is not a movie, but if you watch Seinfeld, so many of their problems would have been solved if they had iPhones or just
they had
cell phones, just normal cell phones.
It was before the cell phone.
Yeah, just let everybody know, hey, this person thinks I'm, crazy, or George, I'm stuck under a desk.
In the school after he stabs Rogue, and then Mystique takes over as Bobby and gets her. That's another one of the moments, like in the beginning. How the hell did the Brotherhood know that happened, and how did Mystique get in to be Bobby the next day? Like that doesn't make any sense when you start to logically think about it. How did she get here? Why did they know that she had what happened here?
What room is staying in?
When you start, exactly. When you start thinking about things too much, it kind of breaks down a little bit. But if you suspend suspend disbelief, it's really good.
Oh,
but what were you
gonna
say, Trey, about
So Toad in this movie is Magneto's most useful member of the Brotherhood, maybe outside of Mystique. Because this dude flies the helicopter to kidnap Kelly, He's basically his watchdog, and he's like painting stuff and repairing stuff for them when you first see him. And he's the only one that doesn't lose like a one-on-one fight. Toad's going 3-on-1 against Jean, Cyclops, and Storm, and only loses because they blow a hole in the ceiling. Storm's able to like hit him with lightning.
She eats him right out of there.
Sabretooth fights only Wolverine and disabled Storm, Jean, and Cyclops and gets his shit rocked. And he drops Senator Kelly, and he doesn't kidnap Rogue at the beginning.
Well, Sabretooth is just a jackass. He like that poor guy. I feel bad for him in this movie because he's trying so hard and he is coming up short at every turn. And that's why he just growls and grunts the whole time because he's like, dude, if one more thing goes wrong, I'm just going to end it all. Like, this is ridiculous.
Just Sabretooth in his room later. Dear
Somebody's
diary.
going to need to get my kid a dog that plays basketball.
Dear diary, today I messed up again. Hurrah.
Magneto locked me in a cage. Yes, because I'm a jackass.
And even if I get out of the cage, I don't have the ability to make the walkway.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the other side of this pit.
Yeah, I'm here till he lets me out, or I'm jumping.
Yeah, and then we get them. They fly to Ellis Island, and after Magneto and them capture Rogue, and Magneto gives her or makes her take his power, and you get all the fighting scenes where the cool scenes between Mystique, the two Wolverines fighting each other. Very cool. And he's like, when Wolverine comes back in later and Cyclops is gonna blast him, and he's like, "No, wait, it's me." And he's like, "How do I know it's you?" And he's like, "You're a dick, or you're an asshole."
He goes, "You're a dick."
He's like, "Yeah, you're a dick." And he's like, "All right."
All right.
But
sorry, at the beginning of that, when they first get to Ellis Island and they're walking through the museum in the bottom, there's a Statue of Liberty replica, like I guess a 1/100th like replica size of it, and it's staying very still, but the camera stays on it, and then Mystique's yellow eyes pop up underneath it, and it's Mystique as the Statue of Liberty. That's where it gets like Scooby-Doo-ish to me, where it's like ruh-roh, when they're gonna run through like the different doorways, which they kind of do, because then when Mystique is disguised as Wolverine and they're fighting, they're doing their whole business. Mystique, like the real Wolverine, goes and cuts his claws, and the extra or Hugh Jackman, whoever's doing that scene, his face is hysterical, dude, because he cuts through those claws, and I guess they're like, okay, you're not Wolverine, you're Mystique as Wolverine, so you need to kind of scream like Wolverine. And the Hugh Jackman, I guess, person, like, he screams, I guess, as Jessica remains Stamos, and it's hysterical. You gotta
Rebecca
pause
remains
on it. That's Rebecca, yeah, not Jessica. Rebecca.
Well, that's a cool thing where like she's using all of her powers. She can use it to create the claws, and when he cuts them off, it's so painful that she's not able to keep his voice. So she screams as herself as Mystique through the pain because it's so bad.
I'm gonna pause it. And take a screenshot of that and send it to you because it's great. Yeah, so they have a great fight. I mean, it's really good, and that's where we get this infamous weird line from Miss Barry.
You get the worst line.
Yeah.
By far of this movie and several other movies.
It's your comic book movie line. Like
and they could not have done a worse job with picking the comic book movie line. It is so bad that it almost takes you out of the movie because you're right there at the end. You're at the climax of this movie, and it's just like, who decided that? Okay, so Storm and Toad are fighting, and Storm says,
"I need to calm down."
What happens to a toad when it gets struck by lightning? He says, "What?" And she says, "The same thing that happens to everything else." So good, right? Isn't that just so funny? Oh my God. If you can see my face if you're not watching the YouTube, holy shit. It's so bad. Worst part of the whole movie. And then I was very upset earlier when he said when they get into the suits and they're in the black latex and Wolverine, Cyclops says to him, what would you prefer? Yellow spandex? Yes. 1,000% yes.
Yeah. He gets to design his own suit It is kind of crazy how like the go-to for superheroes is leather. They're like, we sweat in these things. This is like really, this is sealing in the flavor.
Why am I wearing latex?
Everything. What is going on? Yeah,
well,
dude,
it's very funny when they got to the filming of that scene, when they're getting to the Statue of Liberty, they got to jump over this little wall.
Yeah.
And none of them could do it. They couldn't get their legs up in these bodies, and the crew was like, when they first stepped out, the crew all started applauding. They thought they looked awesome, and then they started trying. They looked like they were special needs trying to get over these walls and stuff. And the crew was just like dying laughing. What's wrong with them?
Very constricting. It's very, very constricting. This is revealing everything I don't want to be seen. And this is very constricting. I can't do this.
Oh, my testiculars.
Oh my God. Well, actually, that's my favorite. I said that to you today. Is my favorite fact of this is there was in I guess it must have been the final scene is Wolverine he was in some harness, Hugh Jackman was, and he's fighting Magneto. He's going through the whole business, and apparently it was like a 6-foot drop, and then his harness was supposed to catch him. And the fun fact on IMDb is Hugh Jackman pinched and bruised a testicle while filming that scene. And I just love how maybe he told 2 people. Maybe he told just one person, like, hey, I need a doctor. And now that
violated HIPAA.
Yeah. Now that's forever just a fact on IMDb.
Although when you see interviews and stuff with him, he probably told a lot of people.
Ryan Reynolds
he seems really funny, and
Ryan Reynolds told everybody. Reynolds was like, he bruised his nut.
Yeah, exactly.
He
almost lost a nut on X-Men.
Who's pulled the Alex to get your own movie around?
Okay, and then you get the biggest
Wolverine.
Then you get the biggest plot hole of this whole movie.
Are we talking about?
He gives Rogue his power.
Yeah.
She's chained to this machine. She stands up and grabs the handles, and it starts using her to power the mutant machine. Why doesn't she just stop? Nobody can. She's gonna die doing this. So why doesn't she just let go and stop?
Can't.
It's her. Like Magneto had to power it, so she's powering it. She's just standing there screaming like a bitch. Just let go and stop. If they kill you, you were gonna die anyway. So quit.
She's probably yelling. She's like, "Mama didn't raise no quitter."
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't quitting on this. You ain't quitting on
you. If I keep going, it'll give them a chance to save me.
Keep trying here. I'm from Mississippi. We don't talk like this. I thought you were going to talk about when Magneto's like, "Hey, I'm going to crash your whole get together party," because already they've taken out Toad and they've taken out Mystique. All that's left is Sabretooth, the best one. They were obviously like, you're a third string, dude. You're like, if they get past him, if they get past her, you just be here. We'll try to work something out. But Magneto comes in like inside the head of the Statue of Liberty, like starts bending the metal around him. And
that was a cool line too, where they walk into the room and
Yeah.
Wolverine, he's in front. And he says, "Everybody get out." And they say, "Why?" And he says, "I can't move." And then before they can even react, they all start flying up against the walls and things are hitting them. And it just goes to show he didn't need any of them bitches. Magneto just like in one fell swoop.
Yes.
Like locks the X-Men to the side of the freaking Statue of Liberty head, and no problem.
But the problem with it is, it makes Jean Grey just look so useless this entire movie, because he locks everybody up, like sets them down, including then turning James Marsden of Sonic the Hedgehog 3 fame, Cyclops. He turns his head and points it at Jean, so they're like looking right at each other, and he goes, "You better close your eyes," and then goes over and like takes off, Sabretooth takes off like his glasses that he can use, his visor, to like, hone his skill. But then Jean Grey, does she just stop having psychic powers and like throwing abilities? Like, like, I'm done.
Do something.
Do something.
Yeah.
I'm done.
You know what was cool that they did in this movie? Because I didn't realize this, I don't think, before, where Cyclops' beam, you think of it like a laser, but it's not. It's not like a heat beam that just cuts through. And the scene where they're in the train station and he blows the roof off the train station with his blast. If you go back and you watch that scene in like a slower motion, you can see where it hits it almost like a wave. It's like a water effect. And they said that in the comics, like his blast was more fluid than it was just like a cutting laser, like heat vision from Superman or something like that. I thought that was really cool.
Because it's
one
not
of the
heat,
weirdest
it's force, isn't it?
explanations of powers ever is where Cyclops' optic blasts come from. His eyes
anus?
are portals to an alternate dimension. That's where
His-
the blast comes from.
His
So-
eyes are
Because I looked this up. Yeah, because I
Okay.
looked it up. Because I was like, why does like Quartz stop? Like, why can he look through certain things? And they're not lasers, but rather concussive blasts of kinetic force that come from an alternate dimension through his eyes. The punch dimension contains limitless supplies of pure red
What?
concussive energies which Cyclops can project with his eyes.
The punch dimension.
The punch, yeah. It's
So-
One Punch Man. Kapow!
Wait. Is it like One Punch Man, or is it the Kool-Aid Man flying out of his eye
yeah.
holes?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, like all constantly flying out of there. What the balls? I never heard that.
Are you
that
saying-
just made my night.
Are you
It can
saying
be
his
compared
eye
to a
beams taste like
powerful
fruit
focused
punch?
explosion rather than a laser or heat like.
Say that
And I
one
guess
more
that's
time, a
where
little closer to
Havoc's-
the mic.
I don't know what.
So said, say
Oh,
that
it
one more
can
time,
be-
a little closer to the mic.
Yeah, it can be. The closest comparison would be to a focused explosion, not heat or laser like object. This is from the X-Men, like their version of Wikipedia.
It's interesting how they aren't really sure what it is. That's what it's
pretty-
like.
it's
No,
nuts.
they're 100% sure. It's
100%.
concussive blasts from the One Punch Man that comes through his eye holes.
From the punch bowl.
Yeah, from the punch bowl.
Explain this
They're
to
like-
me again.
It's like when you go to homecoming. And they got a big bowl of punch, and that comes
Right.
comes flying out his eyeballs.
Kapow!
It
It's fruit punch flavored. No.
feels like you're running at an incredible rate.
And then, Tyler, in the novelization of the movie, because I thought the same thing, and I looked up a YouTube video on it. I was
Talk about Rogue.
trying to look through my phone to shout it out. The reason she doesn't stop is like the machine, once it starts, is like draining the energy out of you. So even though she's trying to pull away,
Are
she
you
can't.
saying that once she starts, she can't stop because it stings?
Yeah, it's Pringles, baby. Once she pops, fun don't stop.
I was going more Dumb and Dumber. I can't stop once I start.
Ah.
It stings.
It's-
But that's why I guess that's the point earlier in the movie when Magneto comes after he turns Senator Kelly and
yeah.
his hands are like bloody because he's being like stuck to the machine. The only reason he stops is because he reaches like the point of exhaustion and the machine stops.
Interesting.
Which they nerfed
Okay.
the crap out of Magneto in
Okay.
this movie. Like this plan works if Magneto's comic Magneto. Because he's like, oh look, I can lift asteroid into sky and reverse the polarity of the Earth.
Size
But
actually
I can't
doesn't
be in
have
this
anything to
machine
do
for
with it.
5 minutes. Too much.
Okay.
It's because he's old now.
Mhm. He's been through. He's seen things. I love that he
He's
wears his little
sick.
Bluetooth. He wears his little Bluetooth thing the entire time just to be like, it's the year 2000. Bluetooth.
Well, it's good though because it lets you know how they're speaking to each other.
Yeah, that is true. But
Not like in Avengers where they just touch their ear. Like, come on,
Mhm.
you coming in?
come on,
Coming in.
They're like,
On
we
your
all have
left.
tumors and we just touch them.
On
Now
your
we know
left.
we could talk to each other.
It's a tumor touch. Hey,
This is how you know this is all in Harry Potter's mind, and he's gonna wake up underneath the staircase again after 11
God.
years.
I fucking love Harry Potter, man.
That's
Those
what-
movies are so good.
we gotta do that as like a really special series and like spend.
Yeah.
I mean,
down
spend
the
some
down the
time.
road, man. Those movies deserve it. They're so good.
Spend some time. So let me get this straight. This anti-cerebro thing, which projects the mutant mush into the sky.
That turns
it's-
everybody into fish people, apparently.
It's got the spinnies, right? And the spinnies are going like at a crazy rate, like psychotic fast.
It feels like you're
and-
running at an incredible rate.
And Wolverine is down in the thing, and he's like, "Hey, useless Phoenix, telepathic, you're gonna make me fly up there." Where's Storm in that situation? And
She's
then
the one
the
who
one-
lifts him.
flying him.
yeah, and then
She lifts him with the storm, and
Jean
then Jean
is-
Grey steadies him
but she
to
can't
get him up there.
fly holding him or something. Well, anyway, so she lifts him up. He gets
Basically, they couldn't
top.
give them the actual power that they could have. Like,
Right.
it's not like in the cartoon where they can literally, like, oh, I picked you up with a tornado and set you down over there, or Jean Grey can push you up there. Jean Grey in the canon, in the universe, when she becomes the Dark Phoenix,
Yes.
is one of the most powerful mutants in existence. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
She
Like, she
could do
can-
whatever she pretty much wants to do.
she can
But
almost,
as
like,
rearrange
Jean Grey,
reality.
she hasn't tapped her power yet.
Right.
That's why even though the third movie in this series is so bad, they're probably the closest to getting Dark Phoenix correct, because she can just, like, the guards come up and they're going to shoot her and she's just like, no, and they're dust. Like,
Yeah.
nope, sorry.
Yeah.
Float away. So they're throwing him up there, right? And he's on top of the anti-cerebro.
A spinny
Again,
Yeah,
spinny
the
spinnies.
one metal piece that does like this.
Yes, the
That's
one metal
really
piece.
that's really only there so that he could be on it without dying in the spinny things.
But that's the thing, though, is the spinny things are going around all spinny like, and then he just jumps down like, oh, timed that perfectly.
Yeah,
Like, gravity.
He's got mutant powers, bro.
He's got the mutant powers.
Yeah,
and that wouldn't
he's
just
like,
cut him
yo,
in half.
He was like, okay, I can go now.
Yeah, the
Like,
sniffing. Oh, we didn't talk about the sniffing, the constant sniffing with this guy.
Well, yeah, man, he says,
He does
like
that in the
Trey said,
cartoon a lot.
his senses are so heightened. He's Wolverine, man. Like,
I saw something that said that when Hugh Jackman got on set, he did more sniffing and more like scrounging and growling kind of in the character. And like the director came up to him and was like, "What are you
Bryan
doing?"
Singer.
And Bryan Singer was like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "Well, I'm a Wolverine. Like, you know, like in Australia, the Wolverines, like we know about them, right?" And he's like, "No, you're not that. You're not an animal Wolverine. They just call you the Wolverine
because you kind of look like a person version of a Wolverine.
of that. You
went to the University of Michigan.
Good
That's why
luck.
they call you.
They didn't call you
Go
koala.
Big Blue.
Yeah,
Go
you could have been the koala, and then there would have been drop bear.
Wallaby.
Oh my god, here he comes, Hugh Jackman. One day more. Anyways, so Hugh
Hell yeah,
Jackman
24601.
somehow gets through the spinny nibbies and rescues Rogue, and who's
'Cause
dying.
Magneto tries to stop him, but Cyclops shoots him in the back. Which
Yep.
that was also very strange because Cyclops is saying, "I have a shot," and Jean's telling him not to take it.
No, take the shot. Dude.
He's like ripping Wolverine apart and stopping him from saving all of these people. Maybe we should let Scott take the shot.
I think Jean was just like, no.
I got a shot.
Let's see how this plays
I'm
out.
taking it.
Mhm.
Pew. Hit him with the punch.
So yeah, James Marsden of Hop fame actually got a great deal out of this because of how awesome those glasses are from Oakley's. He got like a lifetime supply from Oakley
yeah.
with those
Worth
glasses.
it.
Yeah,
Be the tool.
It's fantastic. I would do if I did a movie and I could get like an endorsement like that. Just like, oh, yeah, just hit sunglasses whenever I want. It's fine. That'd be a win, even if I didn't get paid for it anymore.
That's my mutant power. I
So-
use sunglasses whenever I want.
useless mutant powers. That's the next round we should talk about. Is what would be your useless mutant power? I can make temperatures and on anyone's
be
thermostats
Jubilee.
go up. Yeah.
Pew.
Like, hey, you guys need 4th of July? Pring.
Sparkles.
Like, cool, bro. You
Do you need
have
a big
sparklers that come out of
finish?
your hands.
Yes, we need a big finish. Sparkles. Here you go. Yeah, so it's a great callback because then everyone's like, oh, this isn't character accurate. And so Rogue, as she's hooked up to the machine, starts draining her life, or it causes a great amount of stress, I guess. That's where we get like that really cool, like her hair changes and it gets the little white bits in the front. That was awesome. Like I thought that was just like such a great, like really elegant way to introduce her as like, oh, this is who that is. Yeah, and then as she's dying, Wolverine's like, let me touch you, and fingies on there, and he lets her zap some of his healing powers, which then results in him like being shredded? Like these
No, it's all
old
the
scars and
It's all
stuff
the
like start
it's all
opening up and like
fight
it's all
wounds
the
from the
damage
fight
that was
they've been
healing
doing.
from his
Is it
fight with Sabretooth.
from this night that like all that
Mhm.
starts opening, reopens, and he's just like, oh, those
Yeah.
are just
Which-
too fresh.
Which I was a little confused about too, because already healed. Why is it opening back up just because he's losing his healing powers? Like, it healed already. It's
Yeah,
Because
not
his
like
claws
he
are
got
out.
these.
It's like in a
now.
video game, you can't heal when your claws are out. You gotta put
Yeah.
your claws on.
It was just cool to do, and it was. It was.
Well,
very,
that could
very
be
cool.
that's actually the wound when his claws were
Yeah.
here and he stabbed himself to get him loose from the.
Mm-hmm.
So if he went right into fighting Sabretooth, maybe he wasn't healed yet.
Which
It's
Wolverine
possible.
lore, isn't it that like even if like his like the only real way to end him is like you gotta just like completely crush that brain, and even then,
Well, the
he
way
can
they
come
end
back.
him in the comics, the way he dies in the comics is they coat him in adamantium and let it set, and he's like a
Oh.
living statue.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
That's effed up way to go.
that's pretty messed up. Yeah, living like imprisonment like that, like eternal imprisonment. That's terrifying. That's like
and then in
deeply
like Old
psychologically
Man
disturbing.
Logan, the adamantium is like slowly poisoning him because his healing factor's failing because he's getting too old,
Because he's like a billion.
and he gets like the whiskey dick of claws where he has to like pull the nasty like pus-filled claw out.
Oh, and it's like rusted up. That's so.
And the
gross,
albino
dude.
guy's like, I noticed pus on your hands.
Gross.
Oh, that's so gross.
Why are you looking at my pus hands?
Yeah,
Get out of here, albino. That's
Stop-
the best
Stop
thing
looking
about
at my
fingies.
pus hands.
in that
how I get my
movie, where
fingies.
he's just a grumpy old man with like dementia, where he's just like, and keep that freaking albino away from me."
That's a great movie, man. Logan,
It's
that
really
was a great.
good.
It was. I was like, I mean, it paid off huge. Deadpool Wolverine is so amazing, but it was tough to like. That was such a great send off for the character, but it was totally worth it to bring him back.
Oh, it was. And he's so much, and he's like twice as ripped now at 25 years later than he is in this one. Like in this first movie, I remember these guys looking like so bulky and muscular. Now you're looking at him now, you're like, he looks like a dad. Like this looks like
Sabretooth's the only
Wolverine.
one that like looks huge in this movie.
Yes, he does.
He's got a lot of clothes on the whole time. You can't even tell what he.
You know that
He's
dude's
got a trench coat on the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's warm in the summer and it's fashionable. But it ends really well because so the Senator Kelly, like no one blames the mutants because no one knows Senator Kelly's dead because, and they do it again like a little Goosebumps kind of like do 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 kind of thing. Where he's giving a speech, he's like, you know what? I was kind of wrong. We're going to reapproach this whole mutant registry thing altogether. And then as he's leaving the press conference, like I guess someone like hits the wound that Wolverine gave Mystique, and her eyes slip, and you just see like the yellow eyes, the do 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 do, get goosebumps, and then it's Charles Xavier and Magneto.
He's playing himself?
Yes, he's playing by himself.
Yeah, they got Magneto in the plastic prison.
In the plastic
condom
bubble.
prison. Got him in the condom prison. It's like a big old condom.
It's just made out of latex.
But then what's built around him?
Yeah, there's a lot of questions, and like, how far away does he have to be from whatever is magnetic?
Yes.
I guess the theory is that there's like a power dampener, like they have like
something in there. Yeah.
Again, you just got to suspend the disbelief and keep it rocking. And I thought that scene was super cool because if you pay attention to their chess match, Magneto is sacrificing all of his pawns, and Professor X is working hard to save all of his pieces. He doesn't want to lose any pieces to them. And it's just like, their dichotomy of Magneto's willing to sacrifice what he feels is necessary. He almost becomes the evil that he's fighting because he's willing to sacrifice everybody to kill whoever needs to be killed to stop the oppression that he saw when he was a child. And he doesn't see that he's becoming the oppressor in that situation. But then he ends up knocking his king over, basically signaling, like, in this war, you've won the first round.
Which is, I mean, just plays up so well to been like, oh yeah, let's do 2 and 3 and let's make them terrible. Except the 2 is pretty good. 2 is
decent. 2's decent. The first one's good. The second one's decent.
Yeah.
I would say that most fans probably like X2 over X1
I could see that.
Yeah.
because you get the cool fight scene with that's where you get Wolverine like screaming and taking out all of Stryker's guys. Come on, you're gonna shoot me, shoot me.
I guess
Like
what I didn't like about the third one was with
everything.
well,
It's pretty bad.
right out the gate though with Cyclops with James Marsden of Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of
Kill
Kitty
him.
Galore
It's insane.
fame. Of sorry. He also did Death at a Funeral. He's done good stuff, guys. Just I like these. James Marsden, his character, like out the gate at the beginning of that movie, like just literally it's like he screams at a lake and then he's just removed. Like he had something better to do, which now that
Yeah,
I'm looking
Sonic the
at it,
Hedgehog.
he had
Yeah,
Superman Return to go hit up, and then
Oh, he's Jimmy
Hairspray.
Olsen. Yeah.
And he also maybe he had to go run off and work on Enchanted in 27 Dresses. That's I'm assuming that's why he was like, hey, I can be here for screaming at the lake scene. But
I got 7 minutes.
I got to start practicing for Cats and Dogs: The Revenge of Kitty Galore. So James Marsden of the Notebook fame, from 2004, fantastic as Cyclops. I gotta love him for that. Any other thoughts? Any other lore you want to share, Trey? Anything you want to let people like, hey, this was wrong in the movie, but in the comics it's so much better? Anything like that? You got on?
Yeah, Rogue is weird in the movie.
Yeah.
Like because Rogue in the comics,
she's the Jubilee character.
Yeah, she starts off actually as a member of the Brotherhood, and she's actually Mystique's daughter, I think, in the comics.
Oh.
So, and do you know how Rogue gets the other powers, Matt? Like the super strength and the flying that you see in like the.
No.
She steals Captain Marvel's power.
She kills Miss Marvel.
Oh,
Like
really?
she holds on to her for so long that she drains her force. She keeps her powers permanently.
Okay. Okay.
And so
Miss Marvel,
there's
not
a cool
Captain.
episode in like the original cartoon where
She's not married.
she has like a break in her psyche and Miss Marvel comes back and Rogue is basically dead.
Okay.
And the X-Men are like, hey, you can't do that. Sorry. Nope. Gambit's really sad.
That's a no. They do a big X with their arms.
Sad Cajun, it's weird. No, that means smokers. Have you ever seen Waterworld?
Smokers. That's
you don't need to see Waterworld.
Hey, you shut your whore mouth. That movie is terribly awesome.
You go see it. You go see it for Jack Black flying a plane. All right, that's why you go see Waterworld. Because Jack Black's
so good.
Amazing.
That movie is so bad and it's so good.
This movie didn't have like a video game tie-in because they had just released X-Men: Children of the Atom, which is actually a really good fighting game for like the original PlayStation.
Oh, sweet.
But the second one has a shitty video game adaptation.
Trey's gonna have to play it when we come.
Trey's gonna play it.
I actually own that one, so I could actually like hook the system up and play it.
There you
It's called
go.
X2 Wolverine's Revenge. And you play as Wolverine the whole time. You don't play as any other character.
That sounds awesome, though. I think that sounds right up your alley. That you should just be Wolverine the entire time.
Looking forward to Sony's upcoming Wolverine game if they ever put it out.
Yeah, Insomnia. They have a release. They did a state of play on it like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Ooh. Yeah. Anything else coming up? Mutant related? Are there any X-Men are coming out soon? When was the last one of these?
They're getting folded into the Marvel universe.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought, but I couldn't see.
Yeah, when Doctor Strange, the last Doctor Strange movie came out, Professor X appeared.
Oh,
in his yellow wheelchair.
Yes,
it was so awesome.
Do you think they're going to bring back James Marsden of Paw Patrol fame as Cyclops?
I don't know. He's got that Paw Patrol money now. Maybe he don't need to do it.
Yeah,
that YouTube money.
I mean, I forgot there was 2 Sonic the Hedgehogs, and then when I found out there was 3, holy shit!
Just like the video game.
Clear my afternoon. Clear my afternoon. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, good X-Men games from before this era. There's a Super Nintendo X-Men game called X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. That game's really good. There's the original 2 Sega Genesis X-Men, just called X-Men, and then the second one is X-Men 2 Clone Wars. That one's good too.
Yeah. Well, these are all
We
ones
could
that we should check out. You need to stream at least 1 or 2 of those. Should do it.
Yeah,
So
we
stay
could
tuned, folks.
Yeah, we could do that, and I could talk more about those when, like, I'm actually playing them, I guess.
No, we like you to focus so we can make fun of you while you're playing those things.
Yeah.
That's our job. That's what we do.
That's my favorite.
But this movie's definitely worth a rewatch. It holds up for the most
It's
part.
awesome.
There's weird CGI parts, but most of it is
And they don't
good.
really take you out of it too much. There's just a couple that are like, oh,
You laugh a little
ooh.
bit, you're like, "Oh, that was weird."
Yeah,
Harry Potter
they took it a
looked-
little too far there.
Some of the Quidditch in Harry Potter looked worse than a lot of these things. Like
Oh,
this,
yeah.
this looks good compared to all that, dude. Like
Mhm.
I completely agree with you. It does not take you out of it, and it stands. It still stands, and it's nice that it's like not so heavily ingrained. I mean, the TVs are old and the cell phones are old, but it's not like, oh, this was definitely like the year 2000, you know, before we had anything else. Yeah, man, this is a great movie. Tyler, you want to walk us
For
out?
sure. Thank you guys so much, as always, for joining us. This time for a great movie.
Yeah.
We got a lot of crap for our take on Biodome from, family and friends. But we appreciate you guys, and definitely check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, ring notification bells. Send them to your family and friends, whether you like them or hate them. Just participate. We want to hear from you guys. We want to hear what you like, what you don't like, what you want to hear more of. Like we always say, we want to build a community around this show, and we want to do things that you want to see, bring you stuff that you want to hear us talk about. But thank you again for joining us this week. And until next time,
I'm Matt.
Trey.
and I'm Tyler. Cowbunga.